it had some sort of reptilian feature to it.
Your poor
I mean,
FBI.
how else?
I don't care about the FBI.
I mean,
They have your house watched 24/7 with all the shit we do.
Dr. Moore, how long until you unlock Feeble Mind so you can just fucking take it away?
take
Take away the pain!
At this rate, it's going to be at least another 2 years.
okay. So.
Has it been 10 minutes since I cast Shield of Faith?
Yes.
Yes. I'll recast.
Okay.
Found it. Okay.
So, heading into the chamber. There are no drawings on this one. The walls are completely plain. As you walk through, your steps kick up a light dust. And as you move, it seems like the dust kind of glitters ever so slightly in the light.
Would my character be able to make a perception check on that kind of stuff?
You can go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, fuck it though. 11.
Really, Mike?
Quack.
As far as you can tell, the walls are plain. The room is plain for the most part. The dust itself, other than the faint glittering of it, it's dust.
Sword? Glowy?
No, not as far as you can tell. If it's glowing, no more, no less than it was before. Just not perceptible.
Could just be remnants of metal.
Or maybe the stuff that they used for the drawings.
That's more chalk. Wouldn't then the walls be glittering more?
Lights so on.
Maybe they were fabulous.
This is where they kept the extra specials.
Glittering dust on the floor.
Yeah, so there's like an old gold hoard or copper hoard.
Is there
or
like
close
any
to a mine.
particular color that is prevalent?
No, it doesn't really seem to have a color.
Sparkly.
And it's not all of the dust. It's just in the dust there seems to be a reflection of some of the light.
Would he throw a prismatic at us instead of on?
No, I'm gonna be dead.
I was just thinking either we're getting old, it was a storage unit for the dragon, or we're getting close to mines or ores.
Question: does it look like powdered silver? Whenever I see it kick up.
I mean, it has a no, but no, it's not. It's not a definable. It doesn't have a color to it. It doesn't really have necessarily a texture per se to it.
Is it kind of like when silica's in the dirt, you just get that sparkle, but not the
Kind
color?
of.
Okay.
It's very reminiscent of that.
The red thing with the red face. Just unplug it. There we go.
Does the ceiling in this room look the same as the first one and the second one?
It's domed, same idea. It looks like it might have been carved out of some sort of a natural cavern. So there's sections of worked stone, sections that might have been, mostly natural at some point.
Do we see this one as a dead end as well?
Cool.
So my character's gonna go around and do the same thing he did before.
Okay.
Stay around.
Walking around the room, kicking up more and more dust, running your hand along the wall, there doesn't seem to be an illusion the same way the other ones were.
Maybe. Let's try this. I turn the lights off. Are you seeing anything differently?
As the lights go out, the dust itself seems to retain some of the light. and the dust starts to vaguely resemble forms that are moving around. Some of them look to be larger, like adult size. A handful of them look to be smaller, children sized. Standing near the center of the chamber, not quite in the center, but just offset of center, looks to be two adult-sized, vague forms in the dust. One slightly taller than the other. The slightly shorter one holding what appears to be a baby in her arms.
Like we saw in the picture.
Glows much brighter, almost well-defined, almost made entirely of dust and light.
I'll cast Dark Sight on one of them.
You don't feel a connection.
What
So these
happens
forms.
when...
I'm sorry.
I was gonna do something.
These forms, are they standing upright, or are they?
They are standing upright.
And they're
Okay.
about life size.
Yes.
What happens when I reach my arms out?
There is no movement.
Get closer.
I want to walk up and try and touch them.
As far as I can tell, they don't have
Who? What are you touching?
I want to put a hand on the
As R goes to do it, I step in front of him and ask him if he actually wants to touch it with his hand or wants to touch it with something else, in case they are made of some weird shit.
Well, of course. I want to try and put a hand on her shoulder.
As you reach up to touch the form, your hand passes through the body, and they both swirl, almost as if becoming one. And you watch as all of the light in the dust coalesces into the center where those forms were standing, and you watch as the ground opens up and starts to separate into a circular hole in the floor.
Figured it out. So, I guess we're heading down.
And there's a stairway down there.
There is a stairway.
I was just gonna.
I was just thinking...
You were just gonna leap in the hole.
True to character through and through.
Yeah.
How many stairs do you have your head break with us?
I am wearing plate armor.
On your head?
It does have a fairly ornate helmet.
You want to show us a
I'll
picture of what
write
you're wearing?
It always makes me think of Danger Gun almost.
Yeah, right? Just a little bit.
Like, it's a different color and it's slightly different, but like,
I
still,
can trauma
it has,
things
like,
with
that
my
essence.
head.
Did I see?
You've seen it.
Does he have a head bash that he can just use like a cow?
Have a what?
I actually like that.
What?
Bonus action 1d4. Head bash.
That would be cool, of course.
It would be considered an unarmed strike, which is 1 damage plus your strength modifier.
That's better than 1d4.
On your roll.
Yeah, it does every time on my rolls.
I'm getting a 1 anyway, might as well just give it to me. So, heading downstairs.
Is the dust still in the room?
Yes, the dust is still in the room.
Can I take one of the vials in my hand?
But the light itself left when he tried to touch one of the figures.
Yeah, I want to try to catch some of the dust in one of the vials.
I was thinking about doing it.
I thought about it. I tossed it in my head for about 2 minutes.
That's how you
Next
get
time,
closest.
roll a d2. Heads you do it, tails you don't.
the dust. Or
He's gonna try to grab some dust.
Okay.
I must live in peace.
You fill a vial with dust.
If we survive, I'm gonna be taking a look at that.
Oh, it was coming directly to you.
Oh, fair enough.
We were gonna do something with it.
The snort of one
No.
midnight vendor.
You make fun of me for the poisons. Now I'm taking some off.
After they're going
Now,
on ghost cooking.
I will ask. Seeing the drawings on the walls, are you sure you wish to do this?
Please don't. We're going to
Don't.
go. Angry,
Don't.
vengeful mother wants her children's particles back. Something. Don't.
Now, with that being said,
I would like to pause at the stairs a moment, staring at the dust before I even put the cork in.
pour it out.
Dump it out.
Yes. Dothrmar's just like, fuck you, dude.
I'm tipping his hand over if he doesn't do it willingly.
Come on, Mathon. I
I'll do
really
it
don't
too.
want to.
This is a decision for him to make,
Yeah,
personally.
fair enough.
Or do I want to take it back to what may be my...
But are we taking just dust back?
Well, the thing is I don't think it's just dust.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
it's just
the
that.
point!
Hold on.
But
hold
maybe
on,
I'm
hold
trying
on,
to
hold on.
return it.
Let him work this out on his own. He already has he's heard all of our opinions on it. He knows the way we're going to feel about
Plane
this.
of fire.
And
I
one
know
way,
I'm playing
one
with
way or
fire.
another, this is
No,
going to be his
plane of
decision to make
fire.
anyway.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's up
it
to
is
him.
going to be his decision to make, regardless of which. But
The plane of fire.
Do I feel any connection to it when I pick it up?
What do you all think it is?
No. It doesn't seem to resonate with you in any way.
Bone? No, bone. Yeah, it's like burnt bone.
Could be. Or digested bone.
I think it's with memories.
could be both.
Like FF10 style.
Oh, I just...
Yeah.
Fucking
Fucking
went
dump
through
it
the
out.
ending
That's
again.
fucked. Don't take that.
Yeah, now it's a little fucked up, and now I'm
That's super fucked.
asked that you dump it out.
He'll dump it.
Oh.
Hey,
But look at Grassley stuck at the bottom of his
I just
shoe.
played through the ending of that game again a few days ago just because I was bored.
I know
That's
that's what you
still,
went,
like,
where you went with
fresh.
that, isn't it?
You don't know?
It's so fresh again.
You played it too?
I played through 10-2, but you
Oh.
go through, what was it called? Xanathos?
Xanathar.
Is it Xanathar? in
No,
there?
it's
Xanarkin.
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 I was looking at the book.
that's not even Xanathar's.
Yeah, I thought it was the same thing with Xanarkin.
Yeah.
I saw a
It was
D&D
terrible.
book and I read Xanathar's.
Play 10. 10 is so...
Okay,
Anyways,
10 is fantastic.
after
Anyway.
he wisely dumps out the people salt.
Not before he just shoves it
Thank you
up
for that.
his shoe.
Soylent Green is people!
Did you just say you shoved some?
I said, but not before he shoves a bunch of shit in his
Oh,
shoe.
okay. I think you said you shoved some in your shoe.
All
I
right.
like to live.
Okay.
All right. Heading down the stairs. The opening itself is roughly about 15 feet wide. Square stone blocks that slid over off to the side.
They're primitive people. These people great carving.
Stairs heading down into the ground. Straight shot, straight down forward. About 100 feet. 150 feet. 200 feet. The stairs reach the bottom. They level out into what looks to be a completely flat hallway. Very large. 40 feet wide from where the bottom of the stairs are, domed up over. That looks what a much larger version of the hallway that you guys had traveled before. A flat wall on your right-hand side, and the large hallway continues off to your left-hand side. And right in front of you, on the other side of this hallway, is a huge set of double doors. 40 foot tall.
Don't you have the thing?
Solid copper.
It's a dragon.
Don't you have the thing that lets you do knock?
Why are we trying?
Well, let's see if it's open first.
Maybe we speak
But
in
do I
game.
want to open
course.
a dragon?
The possibility, if it is a dragon.
Are we in game?
I did think about something like this with a fucking dragon.
They never actually, well, Gandalf didn't fight Smaug.
No. The one with the burglars marked there.
So if we
You
use
have the ability to stinger. Wow.
Yeah. I'm just
What's up, Bilbo?
She no, she got the tattoo the other day.
Yeah, I got the face mark.
How much does she charge, by the way? Or did you go to the shop?
It's a friend.
what?
Oh.
What were you gonna say?
I helped her start the start, so.
Oh, okay. But she's good?
Very good. She's still learning. That's why I do simple stuff.
Okay.
I have other things that are much better.
Maybe we should knock and say hello.
On the off guys, on the off chance that this is a dragon, I'll be the one to knock on the door.
Before anyone touches the door or gets near it, I would like to see if there's anything I personally can
If
see
we are
with my
going to
sight.
knock, I can knock from a distance
Um,
with my spell. I'm just
The
saying, do we
same
want to knock?
pervasive sense of magic
Right.
is still in the same area all around you. The stone itself seems to be imbued with it. The copper of the doors maybe it has a little extra magic to it, but is that just a trick of your eyes? It's the same old magic that's just not quite cohesive anymore.
Guys,
Hold on, is there any carvings on the copper doors?
The copper doors are very ornate.
Okay.
Can I read anything?
Hold on.
They don't have symbols. They don't have runes. They show in the forefront of the what's the word I'm looking for? The doors themselves almost look as if they were, carved out per se, but it's copper. In the forefront of the image are 6 women. One is in full plate mail, full plate armor. One looks to be a spellcaster of some sort. One may or may not be rogue, ranger. You guys are familiar with these types of things. It's an adventuring group. While the engravings of the door aren't necessarily as well detailed as some of the paintings, you can get a fairly decent sense that you've seen these figures in some of the paintings upstairs. And behind them, almost protectively over the back side of them, is that same copper dragon with the face looking almost down and the wings almost protectively over the women.
if the dragon shaman could speak.
You. I was there. You got by the skin of your fucking teeth, and Bahamut still don't like you.
Excuse me? Anyways, endgame. Guys, I don't fear a copper dragon. I would walk up and knock on the door.
That is you.
He is alone.
Yep. 100%.
Let's second this motion.
Alone. Alright, if you guys want to come with me, you can.
I'll walk with him.
We have to understand the significance of what we're opening. It's either way is something very significant, but on the other side,
Let the 2 that know dragons step through first.
But the problem is if the dragon's coming out of that, it's not going to be worried about those 2. I have to worry how to scale 200 feet of steps.
Don't be the slowest.
Well, it's a copper.
I don't think a dragon's going to stop at 1.
It is a copper dragon, so
well,
it's
I mean, he might
supposed
stop
to
at
be a
5.
dragon,
They don't know that.
Finger tendons cut on the way out. Got it?
And in 5e, it's not as heavy as 3.5. James already explained that earlier.
I'm so happy I actually know dragons right now because then I wouldn't metagame because the dragon not uncommon is the thing move.
I'm gonna walk up and knock on the door.
You're gonna knock on it?
I'll be right there with him.
Knocking on the
I do as
door,
well.
even with metal clad.
Are we gonna stay in marching order for this? I think it's a good idea.
The 3 people that are
No.
saying they're willing to walk up to the door.
I think it's just safer just to stay in marching order. Do you want to be towards the back?
I'm fine where I am.
All right.
Whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I hit him in the back of the head.
Knocking on the door with your metal clad fist.
Oh, I want
You hear a metal on metal sound. The doors are large and they sound very thick. There's not a whole lot of noise per se that's made. Not enough that you would. It's not a banging sound. It's more of a tinny clang clang. The sound's just not permeating the copper. No movement, no motion, no response.
May I attempt to speak? May I attempt to yell through the door? Hello, friend, in Draconic.
Certainly. Your voice resounds around you in the large hallway and disappears in echoes down the hallway. Down the tunnel. No response from inside.
Can I attempt to push the door open?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a just a straight strength check.
16. Unless anyone wanted to give me guidance. 18.
18. Pushing on one half of the door. It takes it a second. And it finally starts to move. With a grinding scrape of the center of the doors, you see a fine bluish green powder of corrosion, copper corrosion, from where the doors were sealed together. As the panel finally starts to move. Still heavy. Like, not all of that was corrosion, because there was not much of it as far as corrosion goes. The panels are just fucking heavy. But it does move. And eventually you move it enough to where you can get inside.
What do I see?
Looking inside, you can see a large chamber. Significantly larger than any of the other ones. Probably, if you had to take an estimate with what little light is seeping through the partially open door, maybe somewhere around 100 feet wide, 80 foot tall.
I'll repeat what I said from earlier. Hello, friend. In Draconic.
No response. Your voice resounds back in various echoes from inside the room.
Is it empty?
I can't quite tell. Let's go in.
Alright.
I guess we all enter the chamber.
All right. As the light enters the chamber,
You just walked into a trap.
you see in front of you the massive form of the skeleton of a dragon curled up in the center of the chamber.
I don't like that.
That's sad.
Or kill the dragon.
Consequences.
Are there too many babies?
I want to go ahead and just
Don't do it.
in
Don't
game.
do it.
You're not getting a skull. You're not.
No,
getting
no,
a
no,
head.
no, no, no. I am of the same mindset at this moment. No one take anything. No one
Same.
touch anything. We just need to find the next way out of, through and out of here.
I want pieces of the dragon, but it's against my character. I really want everything I can carry.
Yeah. Okay. That's the fucking Skyrim talking right there.
Do you know what I could do with?
Yes, I am very well aware of how rare and valuable dragon bones are. Trust me, I deal with spells.
But you have to have
If
some
I-
respect for the dead.
If I may, would my character, with his knowledge, know how dragons feel about their dead?
I didn't know they told anything about their dead. It's just called respect.
You're fairly new to this whole entire thing. Not particularly.
Well, before we pass through, it may be pertinent to see if it may have left some hoard here.
Or
No.
see what
I
killed
think
it.
it's safest if we just move along.
Gyatso would say no immediately.
I don't
That's
If
fine,
any of
but
you
like-
try to touch the skeleton or the horn, he's going to tell you not to. He's going to tell you that that's a bad idea.
It is rare.
You wouldn't know, I would.
I wouldn't touch
I'm not
the
into it.
dead bodies, but the horn.
Yeah.
Heard.
It was
Um,
alright
if
for
I-
me to assume? Okay.
If Gyatso opens his mouth on that,
I got a
then
big empty bag.
I'm straight, I'm straight
Phrasing.
behind Gyatso.
Phrasing.
If I may learn from him.
Also, as soon as he spoke in Draconic, Gyatso may know and kind of looked at him like,
Hoard, big empty bag of holding.
I think we
So,
should
what's-
check
what's
around
the
here
next?
real quick, but nobody touch anything.
Okay.
Fair.
I didn't touch it. The bag did.
don't.
Someone
Literally
start-
semantics.
The
Start-
dude covered in
And magic
scales.
don't give a crap about semantics.
The dude covered in golden scales is telling you not to touch it.
Is the golden scales going in the bag of holding?
No, they're not.
I mean, if you keep pissing her off, it might. No.
Okay, so what's your guys' next step?
I
Let's.
want to start
Or
examining the
penis.
room,
No.
searching it.
Wouldn't it be penile?
Okay.
Would
Making-
Gyatso know enough about the Dragon Slayer to see, like, to know, like, kind of where their exit would be or something?
Michael.
We just passed.
Oh,
this exit.
absolutely. You just did.
Oh, okay.
Michael.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know enough about D&D myself to know if like dragons
Right.
had like a secondary thing or something. So I figured I'd ask.
There's a very good possibility that there is a secondary entrance exit,
Okay.
but the chances of you finding one from an ancient worm, very slim.
Ancient.
This
It's
thing is
clearly been
massive.
there for generations.
Massive
The-
and dead.
The sense that you got from the pictures
Probably
above,
dragons. Probably
this
something
dragon
not
has-
a stupid Game of Thrones shit.
this dragon, this community, this group of people have been here for probably
It's a
All
the,
right.
the community itself for at least 500 years.
I wasn't aware of that. When you say massive, I was thinking huge, gargantuan. I want to leave.
you said 100 generations.
Yes,
Would
let's
Gyatso
move
know enough to
through
tell them
and
that
get
it's
the
an
fuck outta here.
ancient?
Let's go.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm not going to disturb it. I'm not going to like rummage, take, steal. I really do want to see if we can see why it died. Is there any obvious damage to the bone? Any kind
That's.
of? We all have war history. Some of us have nature and animal and hunting backgrounds. So we could see medicine background, see if there's damage that would suggest injury.
That is.
Absolutely.
I'm no touchy. I'm no takey. I want to know something bigger is coming to eat us.
If it killed an ancient dragon, we're dead.
If it
Well,
lived
no
long
shit.
enough to kill an ancient dragon and still survive, we're dead.
But that's if we get getting close to it.
With a slow, somber walk, you make your way around the body of the dragon. Searching, looking for hints, clues, any idea as to what killed this dragon. While you see a number of cut marks, scratches, deep gouges in the scales and the shield plates, those of you with medicine, these bones are massive. You can see that there are a number of what used to be breaks that have healed over. This dragon was not new to battle. It had seen its fair share in its long, long, long life.
Nothing that looks ideal.
Gyatso, you in particular, having been raised by a dragon, know full well that the position that it's in, it placed itself here. It didn't die in battle, it didn't die of pain. This was its intention.
It died of old age, which is
That's
extremely
insane.
rare.
Or it killed
No.
Coming
Dragons
back,
are, like, suicide isn't a thought they contemplate.
Wasn't on